Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Anime Tree here. Even though I go Anime Tree Eats now, doing a little bit of a kind of a callback episode in a way. Want to talk about the new Hosoda film, Scarlet, and there's a lot of common misconceptions or not understanding of what's going on in the movie, which obviously is not great for a movie. I'm not sitting there saying that this stuff doesn't deserve to be criticized, especially from a moviegoer's perspective. But I kind of wanted to give a spoiler warning here, but I'm going to talk from my side and why I think I should, or why I should be the one to tell you is because I absolutely love this director. He had it was my second favorite film of all time, being Summer Wars. Now that's the third. Number one is Scarlet. Number two, I was raised Catholic, and I'm a big history buff. So why does being Catholic actually involve this movie? Well, Scarlet, the main character, is a princess in medieval Europe. I think they said Dutchland or Daneland, like in that area, basically. And she is a princess from that time period. The 16th century was kind of dominated by the Catholic faith. So as somebody who I was an altar boy back in the day, I was really big into the Catholic Church. Also, like I said, I love history. I've actually studied different pieces of history. I'd love to become a historian someday, but honestly, I don't see that in the cards. So let me talk about this and some of the common misconceptions. Again, this is spoiler warnings. So if you guys don't want to be spoiled from the movie on these little things, I'm not going to spoil the ending or anything like that, but the little things, don't watch this. But if you can appreciate and understand like the nuance, or maybe you're watching this after you watch the movie and go, okay, why did that happen? Because I've been seeing a lot of people saying that these are weaker points of the film. So like I said, the Catholic faith is so big in this film because of the 16th century. They never talk about heaven or hell per se because it's a Japanese, film. And they want to say it's Hamlet. I wouldn't say it's 100% Hamlet, obviously, but you could tell the director, Hosoda, he absolutely loved researching this and didn't talk about it. So what is it? First off, it's set in purgatory, which is basically after Jesus died on the cross, the gates of heaven were opened. The Catholic faith, not all the time, it kind of depends, but especially during the 16th century, believed that you were in purgatory after you died. Unless you were somebody who was so big, like I'm talking about like one of the saints, anybody like that where they're going to immediately go to heaven, or if you're so wicked that you're going to go to hell. Kings, queens, because they do good and bad, they're not going to be considered good or evil. So it's a way for them to be in purgatory. Now, a farmer would be in purgatory too, and they'd have so many years of purgatory. How do you get out of purgatory? Well, a big thing of this was actually the Catholic Church itself. So if you were a poor family and you were a farmer, let's say, your family member wasn't a good or a bad person, but you know them as, your family members. You absolutely love them. So how would you do that? Well, a lot of times you go to the church and the priest would say something like you'd have to pray on the rosary, and every time you pray on your rosary or your family, it would reduce the amount of time that person needed. Nobody knows the exact amount you need, but it would help reduce it so they can get to heaven. And this was definitely a big way to change things. Another thing that people get confused, why the dragon? Why was the dragon striking down people? Again, Catholic faith does not showcase good or evil, but if you go by the artwork during the medieval times of the 12th century, we started seeing the devil with horns and a lot of art with the devil with horns. In the 16th century, it was, and I'm looking over here to make sure I'm actually getting this right, there is actually paintings like the Saint Michael or Saint George, And basically, it was showing off that, like, them defeating a dragon. The dragon was a symbol of Satan. So, what was going on in these scenes? Satan was determining that these people were so evil because of their actions in purgatory that he struck them down. So it's a symbolizing of you're being judged as so wicked you don't deserve the chance to get to heaven. So why didn't they bring up heaven or hell as the name? Well, one, religious movie. Japan is not a big Catholic faith. I believe it's only 1% of their population or less than that. But also, why? Because the Bible never specifically states what hell is. Where we get our modern interpretation of hell in a lot of movies is from the book of Dante's Inferno, which I'm going to pause for 2 seconds and I will be right back. Hey there, I'm back. Okay, Dante's Inferno was written in the 14th century between 1308 and 1314. So that's where we get a lot of like what we believe hell looks like, but specifically saying the Bible never says that there's a place of fire, brimstone. It was just evil and torture. What it says in the Bible is basically you're without God, so completely void. So destroying. If they were going by the in the movie, they were disappearing into nothingness. If they died in purgatory. Again, honestly, really good. It was stipulations kind of in the movie that not only makes sense for the movie, but were really good when trying to depict this world of the 16th century, which I feel the director could have went into a lot better. And obviously you can only get so long, but I think this movie could have been like 30 to 40 minutes longer, just explaining the basics of it, because I don't think a lot of people would know these little things. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I think they're perfect. And I think this movie was really good, and go out and go see Scarlet if you have a chance to, or when it comes out to Blu-ray or DVD, check it out. I think it's really good. Or streaming. Like, favorite, subscribe. It was, see you guys next time. Again, thank you for listening to my ramblings.